When you crack open an ice-cold Fanta, you're probably thinking about summer, fun, and fruity flavor. It is one of the most popular sodas on the planet. But if you knew where it actually came from, that sweet taste might turn a little bitter. Fanta wasn't invented in a sunny lab in Atlanta. It was born in the shadow of the Third Reich, inside Nazi Germany, out of pure desperation. And the original ingredients? They weren't oranges. They were garbage. Welcome to the Edible Truths. Today we are uncovering the dark, industrial secret behind the world's favorite fruit soda. To understand Fanta, we have to talk about Coca-Cola. In the late 1930s, Coke was exploding in Germany. Under the leadership of Max Keith, the head of Coca-Cola Deutschland, sales were skyrocketing. Germans loved the stuff. But then 1939 hit, World War II began. As the war escalated, trade embargoes and blockades made it impossible for the German factories to import the secret 7X flavoring syrup from the United States. Without that syrup, there was no Coca-Cola. Max Keith was facing a nightmare. He couldn't make Coke, but he had bottling plants and employees to pay. If the factory stopped running, the Nazi government would likely seize them. He needed a new product, fast. But he had another problem, rationing. Germany was running low on everything. Sugar, fruit, and spices were strictly controlled. Keith couldn't just invent a new luxury drink. He had to build something out of the scraps that nobody else wanted. So, he turned to the leftovers of the food industry. The original recipe for Fanta was a Frankenstein monster of ingredients. The main components: whey, the watery, cheesy byproduct of curdling milk, and apple pomace, the fibrous, mushy scraps left over after pressing apples for cider. It wasn't bright orange. It was a cloudy, beige, brownish liquid. It didn't taste like the Fanta you know today. It tasted like, well, it tasted like leftovers. But it was sweet, and it was available. Now it needed a name. Keith told his team to use their imagination, which is fantasy in German. A salesman named Joe Nip immediately shouted back, "Fanta!" It was short, catchy, and sounded like magic. The drink became a massive hit, but not just for drinking. Sugar was so scarce in wartime Germany that housewives bought Fanta to use as a sweetener for soups, stews, and cakes. By 1943, they were selling millions of cases. Max Keith had saved the company. He kept the factories running right through the war, often playing both sides to keep the business alive while the world burned around him. When the war ended, the American headquarters regained control of the German branch. They stopped production of the garbage soda and brought Coke back. But in the 1950s, when they needed a fruit drink to compete with rivals, they remembered the name. They relaunched Fanta in Italy, this time using actual oranges. The bright, fruity soda was born, and the dark, gritty origins were quietly swept under the rug. So the next time you sip that orange soda, remember, you're drinking a brand that survived because a businessman refused to let a world war close his factory. If you enjoyed this slice of history, hit that like button and subscribe to The Edible Truths for more stories about what's really on your plate.